What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Soul Effect Shotty for the R&B Talk Show. Coming in here in a second, got singer, songwriter, music producer Elijah Blake will be on the R&B Talk Show, and gonna be talking about his latest single, "Work It Out." Then we also gonna talk about his history, say in the business as well, collaborations and stuff like that. I hope everybody's doing good so far, man, and I'm doing all right. Just man, just trying to trying to get this busy day out the way, man. Okay, let me see. See if he's over here. Yeah. No, he's not over here. Yeah. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, there he is. Cool, cool. Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, Rashad?
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
cool, man. I was testing out, man. I was like, man, I hope, man, this goes smooth and stuff.
Yeah, can you
Man,
hear me
just
clear?
y'all can hear you clear.
There you go.
Yeah, just man, want to say congratulations on your latest single called "Work It Out" and stuff
Thank
and
you.
everything. But yeah, before we get to that, man, like how's the weather where you at? I know it's probably blazing hot over there.
It's hot. I'm in Florida. I've been well, we landed in Tampa and the show's in Tampa tomorrow, but Keisha and the family decided to do a family day at Disney World. So Disney
Wow.
World.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we lost signal for a second. He should be able to get back on. I don't know if you can hear me or not. See if you could get back in. Should be able to. Hold on. He's about to get back in here. Yeah, apologize, y'all. Yeah, just technical difficulties, but Elijah's going to saying he's gonna come back on here. Just kind of, say it's a bad signal, saying, where he's at though, but he's gonna hop back in. Apologize, y'all. I know I hate it sometimes, like you could be out and about somewhere, it'd be something really important, then the signals in the air, man, just won't let a person live. Okay, let me see.
All right.
Are we good to go? Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Perfect, perfect.
Okay then. Yeah, apologize, y'all. Just some bad signals, but hey, sometimes like when you do something important, man, just won't let you be great.
It's all good. The devil won't get the victory.
Man, amen to that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your new latest single called "Work It Out." How did this joint come about?
So Work It Out came about because I kept listening to the radio. I'm like, everything is so depressing. Everything is so down tempo. It's becoming a little too redundant. And I remember just in trying times, when my mother would clean, my auntie would clean, or when I go to my friend's house and their grandmothers would clean, the music was more upbeat and uplifting. And a lot of it was funk, Earth, Wind and Fire, Rick James, those type. Before I Let
Yeah,
Go, those type of songs. So um, those are the things that I considered when I was making this project, and especially Work It Out.
yeah. Yeah, I was looking at your song credits. You wrote for Usher. You worked with Nas, Rick Ross, JLS, Rihanna, Keisha Cole, Sierra. Come on,
Yes.
man. Jesse Smollett, Christina
Yeah.
Aguilera, Mario, and list goes on. you know, uh, as a writer, man, how do you come with ideas for these artists?
Man, at least for them, I allowed myself to be an instrument to help them tell their story. Sometimes I ask them
Yeah.
was traffic frustrating, how's their marriage going, just things. Because I write from my point of view. I can't. be of any use to anybody else unless I'm helping articulate their truth and
Yeah.
their freedom. So that's how I've been able to tap into that side, and it's really fun because I never run out of stories that way.
Yeah, because I remember when I first heard Climax, I ain't no singer, man. I'm a shower singer. I'm a car singer. And man, dude, that song got me through a rough patch that time back in was that 2012? Yeah, back
Yeah,
then and
yeah.
stuff. So man,
I was in one of those type of relationships, man, and I was just like, you know what? I think all the high notes. It's funny that that song is full of high notes, but I was in a relationship where I'm like, we've reached all the high notes, and everything else is just coming down a downhill spiral.
yeah, man, like you saved a lot of brothers' lives, man, and women too.
Thank
That
you,
was
bro.
going through a dry
Thank you,
period and
bro.
stuff. Now, correct me on this. You was born in Dominican Republic, but raised in Florida.
Florida boy. I'm in Florida now, so it feels good.
Yeah. So growing up, what was your early inspirations though, as far as like want to be an artist?
You know, to me, it was. I'm a '90s baby, so Aaliyah, Genuine, Missy Elliott,
Yeah.
just those guys, Usher, Cisco. Those were the ones that I used to see those videos as a baby and just be like, oh my god, and be dancing in front of the mirror wanting to be like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So like when you was in by the time you got like in high school, like what direction that you wanted to do as a kid?
Um, it was always R&B for me. It was always R&B. I mean, obviously, like I said, I love John Mayer and I love so many other things, but it all is soul music for me at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, at the age of 16, correct me on this one. You worked with Trey Songz. We was working on the Ready album.
Yes,
Yeah. So how did
I
that
was.
bit of situation came about?
Yeah, I was signed to a development deal with Atlantic, and Trey was working on that album after Trey Day, and my development deal didn't go so good, but I was inspired to write and just really tap into my songwriting with encouragement from Troy Taylor, Delonte Murphy, and Trey. And then once I saw what publishing checks looked like, I thought, okay, I can stay on this side a little bit more, and you know, and save up some money and get the car I want, and then come back to, now I have some more footing to fight for my vision as an artist.
Yeah, I can only imagine, man. Being 16, 17 years old, and because I know, like, you're 18, like you be able to cash a check and stuff. Of course, you got to have an ID and all that.
Oh
What
yeah, I
was kind
needed
of like one
all
of the
that.
first things that you remember you bought at 18?
A Porsche Panamera. That was my first car. I didn't even know how to drive. I learned how to drive in a
Oh
Porsche
man,
Panamera. That was my first car. I put that thing through hell.
oh man, like did your parents give you a hard time?
Um, at that point, they didn't know what was going on, and I had my mother. She's a Caribbean woman, so in their household, like if you don't really become a doctor, a lawyer, or engineer, you're a failure in most Caribbean households. So she was like, "Come back before the church makes fun of me, and go to college." So then once I helped pay off her mortgage, then she was like, "Okay, there might be something to this music thing," you know. So once I paid off her mortgage, she ain't really care what else I did with the money.
Yeah, you just good to go.
Yeah, yeah.
By the time you was okay, so like in 2012, you dropped your debut project, Bijoux 22.
Bijou,
Uh,
Bijou, because
Bijoux, yeah, there you
French,
go. Yeah, correct me on that. Thank you, my brother.
yeah, because of my Haitian heritage, that is French was my first language actually, and Bijou just means rare gems, and I just was
Great
like,
deal.
here are the gems that I've collected throughout life, and that make me unique, to what I have to offer in the music industry, and then I put it all into that mixtape, and to this day, that's the one I'm always trying to be when I'm working on music and putting projects together.
Yeah. It's amazing too, though, because at that time, mixtape was known for rappers, but because I remember, what's her name, Tia Marie was putting out mixtapes. I was like, what? A singer put out a mixtape? I said, that's rare, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I started to see
yeah.
Angel Marcel and everybody else do it. I said, okay, that's the new wave.
So being
Uh,
signed to a major label, there wasn't much that you can do outside unless Def Jam or the major said yes. So
yeah,
mixtapes were like our outlet to be expressive.
yeah, absolutely. The second one, you put out Drill in 2014.
Correct.
Yeah, so what was going through your mind coming from the first one to the second one?
The second one was when it was almost like realizing that there is no Santa Claus. Um, the music industry wasn't what I thought it was. It was a little dark for me, and it wasn't. I felt myself fighting just to maintain my integrity. So I just like drifting away from my goals and my dreams, and it just kind of, I was taken aback. And as you can hear, that project is much more darker than Bijoux 22, which is a brighter, more optimistic project, but Drift was darker. That's where I was with that project for sure.
Wow. Yeah, because I remember a long time ago, one of my buddies told me to check out this project you put out called Shadows and Diamonds. He said, "Hey, bro, dude, you gotta check this joint out, man. You know, since and we don't say this album was dope." I said, "Okay." So when I went on there, I said, "Man, motherfucker's cold, man." I said, "Man, like you
Thank
dropped
you,
like doing
man.
like 5, 6 videos off of there, man."
Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, that whole
Yeah,
time, man, I was fighting. I was fighting, and I'll give it to No ID. He was fighting on my behalf too. But those machines, man, as black artists, it's very, it's not as easy as it looks. And I often see the fans like, oh, you don't want it bad enough, or what is going on? Who's your PR? And it's like the things that black artists have to fight to be that are always just readily available for other races is just it's exhausting, you know. But that
yeah,
project is, I will say, I just wanted was the one time we made some really good strides, um, in that competitive space for sure. Like I think that song now has over 150 million streams
yeah,
across all platforms.
yeah. How did you come with the name Shadows and Diamonds?
Yeah, because I was in a, so like I said in Bijou 22, that was a brighter
Uh,
project, and then Drift was a darker project. Um,
oh
so
wow,
I just put those both those. Now I'm standing in the middle of those two worlds, and I was like, okay, here's where I'm at. You know what I mean? At the crossroads of that.
yeah. Okay,
Thank
yeah.
you,
The
man.
next one is Blueberry Vapors in
Yes, correct.
2016.
Yes. So Blueberry Vapors was when I was right before I left that film, and I wanted to just experiment. You know what I mean? Everybody that kind of was my champion and believed in me got fired, and
Yeah,
I just was like, hey, can I just play? Can I experiment? If y'all not gonna let me put no music out, let me just have fun. And that's how Blueberry Vapors came apart. And to this day, I think that might be my most slept on project because
wow.
I was having fun. I wasn't thinking about numbers. I wasn't thinking about streams. I wasn't thinking about any of that. And again, so many people were being moved at the label. The officers who would tell me yes or no were not there to yell at me. So I was able to break a lot of rules on that project.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Audiology. Yeah, Audiology in 2017.
So Audiology was like, ha ha, y'all left me for dead, but y'all didn't kill me. And that's why that's why I'm like assed out in the picture. 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Uh,
I'm just taking a picture with the family.
Are you good?
Bye,
Think I'm in
Roscoe.
the house
That's the phone
saying,
right
"What's
here.
up? What's up?"
Thank you, Keith.
That's
I
what's up. That's
said,
no. That's what's up, though.
Keith. Yeah. So we at Disney World with my nephews and everybody and her son.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, happy birthday to him and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I got to come to Florida though. I got a cousin. Yeah, he's a barber. He lives in Palm Springs. Him and his partner.
Come
So
to the
I told him I'm
show.
gonna come down there and stuff. You know,
Come to the
man.
show. Would you make it in time for the show in Fort Lauderdale in Hollywood
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm
on
gonna try to get
Sunday?
down there, man. Hopefully, if this one schedule, depending on how it is, yeah, I definitely come through and stuff.
Okay, let me know. I'll make sure you have tickets.
Yeah. All right. So in 2018, you dropped a sequel, Bijoux 2023. So what made you return to that to the first installment?
I felt like I was in a place now to pick up where BG 22 left off for sure, and I wanted to pick up. That's why it's called BG 23, and I just wanted to say, okay, y'all really like that project. Like after all these years, that project has not gone away for you guys. So let me just
Wow,
continue to elaborate on that song for the fans that might have felt like I strayed away, or you know what I mean, like kind of left them a little empty-handed. So I went back, and then they enjoyed that project just as much as they did 22.
wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know how like things come a full circle. Like it's like your mind gonna be going, you know, to like another direction, and people just want more of like, man, you know, can you make a part two? Can you make something? You're like,
Yeah.
okay, like let me get my mind, you know, molded to that, and I got y'all.
Such as the music industry, right? And like how Jay say, "Want niggas want my old shit, buy my old albums."
Exactly.
Exactly.
The next one, 1990 Forever.
Yes. I'm about to drop some a sneak. I'm about to drop some news on this show, but like me and Jordan are back at it, and
Yeah.
it's incredible. We're working on 1994, but during the pandemic, me and Jordan were just like, yo, like we just were like singing around the house, like singing Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men records, and we have the same love and affinity for 90s duets because we're both 90s babies.
Wow.
And we were like, yo, let's do something. Like we ain't had nothing like this since Avant and Kiki Wyatt or like, just Deborah Cox RL. So that was what that project was called. That's why it's called 1990 Forever. Like those power duets where people were belting and hollering and crying in the rain in the 90s.
Man, I gotta check that out, man. I gotta
Oh
check
yeah,
that out
definitely check it
ASAP,
out.
man.
Definitely check it out. Definitely check it out.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is Holiday Love.
Yes. I love Christmas projects. One of my favorite albums of all time is Mariah Carey's Christmas album. So
Mhm.
I was having a great year, and I felt it in the air about me and my I go home and visit my mother all the time, and she just made it feel like home, and I just started to really miss home, and I got inspired to work on this Christmas album, and I went to Atlanta for a week and just started working on this Christmas album, and I get to like re-release songs from it every year, shoot videos from it every year, so yeah, I really love that project too. I'm a Christmas baby. I love like them type of songs that bring families together. You could taste it in the air, you could feel it.
Yeah, and like I think it's so cool though because people get a chance to see, alternate version we can do on a holiday, you know what I'm saying? Is
Yeah,
besides people know you by because you gotta
exactly.
have it on your resume. I don't see how.
Yeah. And again, Christmas songs allow you to really stretch yourself vocally. And I really want to be known as one of the greatest vocalists, male vocalists of my time. So I'm constantly taking strides to challenge myself and sharpen my instrument in that way.
Absolutely. The next one is Neon Eon.
Yes.
And
Neon Eon I was in a great space. I started to feel like people were understanding what I am in this jungle of a music industry and just not being forced into a certain sound. What's up, nephew? I don't know. I don't know what kind of plants they are. They might be dangerous. But Uncle's finishing up an interview. I'll be right with you, nephew. I'm almost
yeah,
done.
we be
Almost
almost done. we be
done.
almost done.
Want to say hi, Tobias. This is my nephew. Say hi, Tobias.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
um, but yeah, I think I started to say, you know what? I'm gonna own everything I am. I am that kid that grew up in church, that's really churchy, that does the riffs and runs, but also loves John Mayer and loves Coldplay and loves Radiohead. And I can be all these things and not have to explain it. You know what I mean? And that's what the
Yeah,
neon. It's like I can be this pot of gumbo because there are other kids that can relate to me in that way, that feel that they're not being served because everything is so polarized in the music industry. It's either trap music or it's either R&B or it's either rock or it's either country. But that's not the reality of it. It's just that you can be a mix of all those things that have permeated in your household and your headphones as a child.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, the last one is self-titled Elijah.
yeah. That one I felt like I have a team that I've been building forever since the beginning of the music industry. Since it's like, okay, I have Jen who did my marketing, and was kind of like sort of my day to day at Rock Nation. Then I have Peter Thea who manages me now, but he was the president at Universal when I had a not so good run with Def Jam, but he was one of the good guys there who believed in me. And then Wardell Malloy who signed me at BMI, who always saw what I could become and just I said, okay, this is my community. If I was to take direction from people I trusted to help elevate me to this next level, because I say that project is when I got tired of being your favorite singer's favorite singer. You know what I mean? And I was in a
Yeah,
relationship when she said, when are you gonna get tired of being your favorite singer's favorite singer? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I need the money and the career to reflect what I think my talent is and my contribution is. So that, and I think that
Mhm.
that project really set the tone for who Elijah Blake is as a force to be reckoned with moving forward in this space for sure.
Absolutely and stuff, man.
Yeah.
Man, before we get off here, I know you spend time with your family, man. Just want to say thank you for taking the time and coming on here, my brother.
Bro, thank you for
And
having me.
no problem. What you got going for this summer and for the rest of 2025?
So I'm currently on tour with Keisha Cole. We just left North Carolina. We're doing
Okay.
Tampa tomorrow night. That is like my blood. That's my family. I love her to death. And watching her be received with these flowers and selling out stadiums every
Yeah.
night is amazing. you know, you think you know somebody, but then to, you know, she's my therapist. We tell each other we're like literally best friends. So, um, but to I always feel like I'm reminding her um how amazing and how loved she is, but to see her see it and receive it in real time is it almost could bring tears to my eyes. And for her to allow me to come along with this ride on and touch the audience that she's built throughout the years is just the greatest gift. Like I don't even think she knows how much this means to me. But it's been beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I mean, she's our Mary J. Blige of our generation. You know what I'm
She
saying?
is. She is.
You know,
She is.
that's the honest God truth. I mean, the woman's a legend, man. Like nobody can't
Yeah.
take away from what she done from like back in '04 to where she is
Yep.
now, 21 years strong. You
Yeah.
don't get no better than that.
A little black girl from Oakland breaking these records, and again, 20 years later, you're selling out stadiums. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know who else came out around that time that could still say the same. You know what I mean? That's an amazing feat.
yeah, absolutely, man. Before wrapping up, man, you tell her I said I love her. You know,
I will. I will. I will. She's probably wondering, like, what's so goddamn important that you stepping away from the family? So we're gonna have a talk about this show and why it was so important to me for sure.
oh yeah, absolutely, man. But with that being said, thank you, my brother. You know, big shout out to everybody. You know, in the comments, man. You know, showing love, and
Thank you for
man, definitely
having
got to
me.
bring it back on here again, man, for like the next project and stuff.
Well, this was fun. Yeah, I want to do this again. Again, the album is coming. It's ooh, I almost. I guess I can say the
I
album is
feel
coming in September. You heard it here first. Album coming in September. The new single White Rum comes out next Friday.
oh man, let's get it, man.
We
All right.
outside.
With that being said, we out of here.
All right. Much love, man. Thank you for having me, Rashad.
You got it.